I'm not a salesman. I don't do well with like kissing up to people or trying to sell things to people. It's not really my nature, so I'm not going to come up here and like try and sell you guys stuff. I know when I was in high school, I felt like everyone was trying to sell me something all the time. You know, math is fun. It really wasn't to me. School is the coolest. I kind of struggled with that as well, all 12 years of it. So I'm not going to come up here and insult your guys' intelligence by, you know, just trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. Any of you guys know the story of the Prodigal Son? How the story goes in Luke. He's the son of a rich man, and he asked for his dad's inheritance. So essentially what that means is, it'd be like you going up to one of your parents and being like, I can't really wait until you die, so can I just have what you're going to give me after you're already dead? Can I just have it now, because I'm tired of waiting? So his father, being a really nice guy, gives his son his inheritance, half of everything that he owns, and he goes out and blows it with prodigal living, which is essentially spending all your money on drugs and booze and, you know, women and everything else that you can think of with your money. You know, be like coming across, you know, giving a couple $1 million to a kid and then going out and just blowing it. So that's what he does. There's a big famine, he runs out of money, and the next thing he knows, he's completely down on his luck. You know, he's been buying shots for everyone in the bar and had all kinds of friends and everything, and then all of a sudden he runs out of money and he runs out of friends. And he's down on his luck, can't find a job, he's got no way to feed himself. He gets hooked up with a pig farmer, and the pig farmer is paying him to go out and to just feed his pigs. Now, as a Jewish person in the culture, that is worse than, like, that is like sin, to feed swine. There's like nothing worse than that in their culture. So he's out there feeding pigs, the son of this rich man who's blown half of his dad's inheritance that he couldn't wait for his dad to die, so he asked for it when he was alive. And he's so hungry that he's feeding these pigs a slop, and he says, in the Bible it says, that he would have gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, or that the pigs ate. That's how hungry he was. I don't think any of us have ever been that hungry, because if you guys have ever seen pig slop, it's slop that you feed pigs, oddly enough, right? So it's nasty, you know, cabbage and rotten stuff. And he said he would have gladly have eaten it. Not just he thought about it, like he would have been happy to eat this slop just so he would feel anything but hungry. And oddly enough, that's where a lot of us find ourselves. We're not physically hungry, but we're hungry for something. You know, we might not know what that is, but I'm here to tell you, every one of us has a void without Christ. Every one of us has this deep hunger. It might come when you're finally by yourself, when the TV isn't on, when you're trying to sleep. You can try and fill that void with cigarettes, you can fill it with booze, video games, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I know for me, I try to fill that thing with all of the things that I mentioned and more. I did, you know, a lot of stupid things, and it wasn't like I was like, oh, I have this void without Christ, so I'm going to do all this stuff. No, I didn't know. I just had this pain inside that I felt every time I was by myself, that I just wanted to be anything but sober most of the time. I just wanted to be anything but normal, or anything to get my mind off of thinking about myself. I mean, there's things that slowly creep into our lives that become idols that we put all of our time and effort into just to avoid God. You'll never satisfy it. I'm here to tell you. I've done a lot of searching. There's not many things that I have, you know, accomplished by the world standards, but I did a lot of seeking. I sought for years. I hiked 1,000 miles searching for God by myself in the woods. I traveled to many different states, bummed around, you know, anything for a cheap thrill, getting out, seeing the road, all kinds of stuff. And if I would have known what I know now at your guys' age, I wouldn't have half the drama and pain that I have in my life today. I'm not pretending that I do know everything about you guys, but I do know a bit about pain. And I know a bit about searching to fill that void. And you know, if you're not like into drugs and alcohol, there's other things that are just as bad, but they don't get such a bad rep. They don't have the obvious consequences of throwing your life away that way. Like I said, I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. You can take my words or not, because they're not really mine. I kind of pulled them out of the Bible. And they've changed my life in a really big way. So I'm going to go ahead and pray, and then I'm going to turn you guys loose, and you can run and be loud and hit each other with dodgeballs and all that stuff.